voices.
Hey,
You're
we are
live!
live! Hey, my gosh, it's been a struggle to get here, everybody, but we have made it. It's a struggle all the time, though, when you're making a show with the Jack Henke, who is over there in by the Dunkin' Donuts.
Yes.
I gave your location. Foolish.
It's crazy. Town is fucked up because, oh, that's right. It's after 5. Who cares?
Welcome to the Cedarburg Public Library, where we don't use language like that.
Because of all the detour, the south end of Main Street is completely blocked. People are going crazy.
And I was going to call us the David Hartman and Joan London of Cedarburg, but now I don't know what we are.
Sanitized version. Yeah. All right. So what, you got anything big going on? I got to tell you
Not too
something
much
big.
big. I got that. Yeah.
You didn't respond to my texts from last night.
That's true.
Sue Schrader did it again. She's the one who screens the bands for Summer Sounds.
Yeah, you said I saw those, and I'm hoping to get to them sometime before Sunday.
Tomorrow night. First of all, they have a great name for their band. Fantastic Cat is the name of the band.
Oh, I've heard of them.
Yeah, they're like supposedly
they're kind of great.
A super group.
Yeah.
But one of those super groups I've never heard of, but it doesn't matter. I mean, they were really good. And what's weird about them is I watched the video, the one that their new one. It's called "So Glad You Made It."
Mm-hmm,
It's really a good song. It reminds me they do a good little bit of comedy on the video before comparing. Saying that they got they have a synthesizer or something that can make the voice of who's the what's the guy's name? Bulldog from Counting Crows.
Is that Adam Duritz?
Yeah. And it's funny, they have a guy who kind of looks like Adam Duritz and sings
absolutely.
like him.
Yeah, they're really good. Share a bit before we get killed.
Leave it go through the chorus.
If I can, I will.
Here, this part.
Yes. He's known for that. And that's all you get before we get tagged by Facebook and everyone who says you're illegal. That band is. I didn't know they were. Man, they're great. They're really good. I've listened to them quite a bit actually.
And they're going to be in Cedarburg tomorrow night. Summer Sounds.
Whoa. That's impressive. That's impressive.
Yeah, she pulled it off again.
I may have to walk over.
John Wallace is very integral too, but I know Sue does the screening of the band.
Yeah,
she did it again. I posted it.
They're gonna be mobbed. They're well known. They're gonna. I mean, that might bring people from a larger radius than just Western and Bridge. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be. I'm planning to go see them. Hopefully the weather holds up. And tonight is the going to see Maggie Dobson at the Cedarburg Chambers, having their after hours at the Cedarburg Art Museum. They're having that weekly music beer garden tonight.
Oh, right on. Yes, of course. Yes.
So that'll be good.
Fun.
Yeah. And I got even bigger news.
All right, then.
Everyone is so happy that I'm not letting you talk. Our friend of the show, the dog father, Keith, little Shirley's big man, has been down with a toe injury.
Yeah.
So he sent me and Margot a text about a food item we've been talking about lately and getting excited about. And then lo and behold, yesterday he found it. He sent us a picture out of the Piggly Wiggly flyer.
Aha.
And knowing he was hobbled, I went on senior discount day, which I now qualify for, and picked him up.
Aha. Oh my God. What the hell is that?
Cheez-It crust pizza from Palermo's.
That's brilliant.
I'm
buying one on the way home. Did you say Piggly Wiggly?
Yeah, go to the Pig because they're like half price this week. They have pepperoni, which Keith and Shirley are both pepperoni fans, but I every once in a while I like a little plain cheese pizza.
And they have a little plain cheese action. Yeah.
So, all right, Bargo.
Is it good?
That's what I've been.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
It's got a Cheez-It crust.
It's a damn Cheez-It.
And you know what?
What's that?
It tastes like Cheez-Its. Sometimes you
get
get
better. I mean, if they fail at that, if they call it Cheez-It crust pizza, it doesn't taste like Cheez-Its, you know.
Yeah, but sometimes you get it's just a hocus pocus thing, but
right?
For real.
So that's well, I bet it's really good. I think Taco Bell. Somebody had a Cheez-It something that was like a larger Cheez-It for a taco or it was a short-lived thing.
They do the Dorito stuff.
Right, exactly. But wow, Cheez-It pizza.
They have
good
Supreme.
Work.
They have 3 Supreme.
Okay.
Pepperoni.
Yes.
And Italian 4 cheese.
I'm having buddies coming over tonight to watch some really trashy movies, so we might as well have some really trashy pizza.
It's like half price of the pig. Marg, what do you think? She hasn't tried it. It's wonderful. it's really good. I'm washing it down with a little Fresca mixer.
A mixer? Oh, is there a little hooch in there? A little hoo-ha? A little, a little wink-wink, a little nudge-nudge? You know what I'm saying?
Made with real vodka.
With vodka, not vodka, but vodka. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's not alcoholic vodka. They call it vodka. It's nice. Try some of these here. There you go.
So I got to save this box for Dr. Ben.
I think you should convert it to a flag and wave it outside your house. Show your support, man.
People be coming from miles around.
Yes, they would. Yes, they would. Hey, we had a sad loss yesterday.
Yes.
A giant, the great man, the dude. It's Brian Wilson passed away.
82.
Awfully sad. He kind of one of our compositional geniuses here on U.S. soil.
He struggled with a lot of stuff, but he overcame it and did some brilliant stuff.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Are you a Beach Boy fan? Beach Boys fan?
Here and there, I like.
Me either.
Yeah, I mean,
I do love the song that all the
Pet Sounds is great. I mean, if they're going to put on I think Pet Sounds is like a awesome album. I could listen to that like on repeat, no problem.
Does that have God Only Knows on it?
It does. That's how it's. I believe that's the album opener.
It is. There is a video going around where Sting must have been yesterday because Sting comes on just with acoustic guitar and says we lost a hero today.
Absolutely,
one of my heroes today, and he does it. I think that's my favorite Beach Boys song.
Well, yeah, it's very good. I mean, they did an album called Smile, and that record kind of put part of many things that kind of put Brian Wilson over the edge because he was this like genius in the studio trying to craft all this wild stuff. And they cover that in a wonderful movie called Love and Mercy, which has
it is really good.
It's a great movie. Paul Dano plays the young version, and John Cusack plays the older version. And the great Paul Giamatti plays his quack psychiatrist who basically just abuses and tortures him and takes his money. And it's a great movie and very touching, beautifully done. But that's a sad loss. I mean, he really was like for the American Songbook. I don't think he can be undersung.
Is the name of the song the Sloop John B? Is that a song?
That's the song, yeah, big one. That's on Pet Sounds too, I believe. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
And didn't like Mike Love went off the beam and was just an angry old man because
he
wanted
the money,
doing the same stuff.
He liked the dough. I mean, he just was like, we got to be, you're the Beach Boys, but you're doing like Beethoven. Like, the hell with Beethoven. Let's get back to the surf, sand, and bikinis, man. Which, frankly, I agree with both viewpoints. So, who am I? But there you go. So that's kind of sad. What else you got? We got to move on to Dr. Ben. We're on the clock here.
Oh,
the good doctor awaits.
I thought it's like the season is bursting here in Hooterville.
Yeah.
It's Summer Sounds, Art Museum.
Game on for everything.
Do your kids recognize you on Father's Day? Is that a thing at your house?
Do they recognize me? I mean,
you
are again. I've seen you. Your driver's license, please.
Any special shit going on for you?
No, not really. Those holidays we just kind of coast through, and we'll probably eat some bad food. Maybe I'll buy an extra Cheez-It pizza to enjoy on Father's Day. That's all.
I definitely like it more than I like Cheez-Its.
Yeah, well, Cheez-Its are, yeah.
My favorite Cheez-Its are the burnt Cheez-Its.
Those are good. Yeah, I've had those. Those are good. I like the, there's a white cheddar one I kind of dig from Cheez-Its as well. Kind of tasty. So, yeah. Get enough MSG in there and you get to do the twitch.
They're all ultra. Once you cross that ultra processed borderline. You might as well go all in and just keep eating. Get some Twinkies for dessert. Get some Pop-Tart ice cream sandwiches. Have you had those
Paging
yet?
Dr. Ben.
Have you had those?
I've not. No,
I haven't either.
No, we should. Maybe on the air next week. There's always next week.
Yeah. What about you? You said you got some things. Anything going on?
Yeah, just it was mostly just Brian Wilson, and of course I do have the hard copy right here. We got the reception for We Authors. Authors are we, born to be free, just like the fish in the sea.
Tell people who don't know what it is. What is it?
This is the Cedarburg Authors Circle, Volume 1, brought to you by the fine friends of the Cedarburg Public Library. An anthology, a literary anthology full of larfs and mayhem and, everything in between. We have let me read the authors aloud on the air.
Before you do, for
okay.
people who don't know what it is, you organize this writing group. Meets once a month, first Wednesday every month at the library.
I need more friends.
Yes, you do. And it's a group, like so many groups, very nice.
They're very nice.
A little nervous about sharing things at first, but then you threw down the gauntlet and said, let's publish this MFer. And
good boy.
They jumped on it.
They did.
Right? So
they absolutely did.
What are the range? Like short stories, essays?
Yeah, everything. Personal essay, short story. There's a little almost like nonfiction on how to start a small business from Rachel, who is our cotton candy
queen
magnet. And travelogue, travel poems is poetry. There's the fine poetry of the great Fred Dobratz. Everyone should know Fred. Fred's great, and he is our poet laureate of the Cedarburg Authors Circle.
And Johnny.
And yes. There is John Scheel as well. Yep, absolutely. And Rachel Krumenauer and Barry Glassford, who is got a novel he's plowing head on, and two really good short stories by Barry in there. The great Carla Luna, who everyone should know is a romance rom-com writer, and Jack Henke.
Literary spark plug.
Yes, indeed. Chris Fuchs, who did a cool nonfiction piece about a traveling theater group in the 70s that stopped in Wisconsin. Yeah, it's really good story. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. A mysterious gal poet named La Rose. We will go take that no further. And Jeff Mesterman has a screenplay and a short story as well. That's some guy. He's just that guy. So hardcover or paperback. Paperback will be on for sale. Be for sale on June 18th at our reception in the community room.
It's gonna be a reception.
Well,
I thought it was just us drinking.
It's just a reading, and bring family, bring friends. There will be cake, so I have a feeling people will saunter in because free cake brings Cedar Burgers
it's gonna be
running.
Reading?
Yeah, I'm gonna make you read something. You can read the back of like the Clorox box or Clorox wipes or something. There you go. read the ingredients aloud. That's like science.
This is poetry.
That's science fiction.
Want it? Need it? Cheese it. If you love cheese and pizza, you're in luck. As the cheese that tastes you love is now in a pizza. Oh man!
You had to become Ernie Anderson, the voiceover guy on ABC with the Love Boat. You were like the Cheez-Its that you love.
The pizza boasts one of the shortest baking times around, only 10 minutes. Although we went for extra crispy, we went for like 11 and a half. So around the time baking time's around, so you can enjoy cheesy, crunchy satisfaction, if you know what I mean, in minutes. Pizza night will never be the same.
It was created in the lab by these two guys here, so it's pretty exciting. Oh my goodness! Look at that.
I'll bring this.
You're just shilling away. Are you getting a piece of the action?
Should be.
Should be. All right, we got Dr. Ben coming up here from June 5th is the date. So I'm assuming that's the most recent one. Did I grab the right one?
No.
There's
one last. Well, what's the date today?
Okay,
it's the 5th.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Today's only Today's the 12th. Yes. Yeah, a week ago tonight, Dr. Ben and I recorded. He's just so. I'm so glad. Well, no, I kind of wish you would have seen this box. I would like to see his head explode.
And to hear us singing its praises.
Yes.
Love it. Cheese it.
I also wanted to tell you.
Yes.
Friend of the show, Russell Meyer.
Yes.
Loves the book. the Cedar Author Circle.
Really?
And he said, I started reading it. I enjoyed it so much. I had to put it down because he travels a lot for work.
Yeah.
He said, I want to save it for my next travel thing. I don't want to ruin it.
My God. Well, I love rave reviews.
And he was, usually when Russell says something nice, you're waiting for the
the zinger.
no zinger involved. No zinger attached.
Like softball. He just every pitch a dinger with Russ. Well, Russ, if you have a chance, head on over to Amazon, give us the 5-star review, and tell them how brilliant we are. We need that. It helps. So cool. All right. Let's move on to the great Dr. Ben, the man who will make you guilty for ever eating at all. It's gone. Look at that blackness.
Cheez-Its were here.
Look, it's blackened.
Cheez-It pieces.
That wonderful. Blackness is in your soul right now and in your heart.
Yes, I need a little. I'm too lily white and pure.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's first thing that rolls off people's tongues.
Ooh, that sounds kind of creepy.
Dr. Ben, where are you? Paging Dr. Ben. There we go. Back next week.
The adult book section of the library.
That's volume 2. Anyway.
Well done.
Anyway, let's do it. Dr. Ben and Jack talking about health. And we will be back next week with more stuff.
Cool.
Take care, everybody.
Groovy.
Away we go.
Are live in the Q Dome, as you like to call it. Did you know, Ben, that the name Ben is Hebrew for son? They're the son of the right hand of son, and it's in the Old Testament very fluently throughout the Old Testament. It signifies strength and a familiar and connection. It has a presence throughout history, staying power like you do. But I think the most interesting thing about it, it's listed in the Old Testament, but now we have the New Testament according to Ben Quist, which is about ye shall eat good stuff.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
So with all that, it's Dr. Ben Quist.
Oh my goodness! Wow, that was quite an intro. I appreciate that.
Well, you deserve it, man.
Oh, thank you.
You're the man. What's going on this week? What do you got going? You've been on the move and going all over the country, and diet is important and nutrition is important, especially when you're out of sorts and out of town and that kind of thing. So
that's very true. I mean, it does make it a lot tougher when you're traveling to try to get foods that are good, depending on where you're going. But yeah, I've been traveling a lot, doing a lot of speaking engagements this month. I had 2 big talks, which was wonderful. Got to share some of the important things with everybody, which is what I love to do. So yeah,
you sure do. You had the one here. Was another one somewhere outside of town, or was it different?
Yeah, well, actually, this one was downtown Milwaukee. I got to speak to, there was a large attorney firm that wanted me to come in and speak on some different topics for their staff. So that was a lot of fun, but it was a very different talk than the one that you went to on inflammation at the health club. So
you cleaned up your language, a lot less cuss words and stuff.
Yes, yes, no swearing. I was very, but we gave try to get them excited about not sitting so much. That was the gist of it. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Are you a fan of the standing desk deals?
Yes, I very much so am a fan of the standing desk, and all this leads into kind of my topic for today. But
great,
in talking to them, I can't think of a talk more boring than to be talking about the dangers of sitting and like what you should do to help yourself. But that was the gist of the talk, and in looking at some of the research on sitting, it is 100% an independent factor for increased death beyond just inactivity. So there's something special about the sitting posture that kind of puts you in the grave sooner, if that makes sense. So people that sit for prolonged periods of time are really risking some future health detriment if they don't figure out a way to get off their tush.
It's fascinating to me because I've heard of sitting as the new cancer or something. But
new smoking. They say sitting for new smoking. Yep.
And it's like, no way. I mean, you're resting. How could that possibly be? So how can that possibly be, Ben?
So I think that's it. That was one of the questions we answered in the talk, was looking at the the studies where they try to ferret out, like, well, how many years of life are you going to lose if you're a smoker? So the answer to that is, on average, the typical person will lose 10 years of lifespan if they're a smoker. So if they would have lived to be 82, they'd live to be 72, whatever it is. In addition to the fact that there's massive consequences to your ability to just live the quality of life goes way down if you smoke as well, because it is so detrimental to your body. So the headline that chronic sitting, which chronic sitting is defined as like more than 8 hours a day, and which, strangely enough, like a lot of people do that, like, between like working, right, driving in a car, watching TV at home. That is kind of more the norm than not, is that most people are chronically sitting. Minimal risk is considered 3 hours or less a day, and 6 hours puts you kind of like medium risk. But it was just so interesting. Sitting typically will decrease your lifespan on average about 3 years if you're in that chronic sitting category, which is still substantial, but like nowhere near what smoking is going to do to you.
But 3 years.
That's still a lot of life.
That's huge.
And it 100% has an effect on your quality of life. So when you look at like lifespan versus health span and play span being how you're able to do all the things you love to do throughout your life, sitting a lot affects that, because orthopedically it's just such a bad position for the human body. The chair is not the chair, which we're both sitting in right now. This is not the normal position that human beings typically have been in over the course of the development of our species, right? So it's just a very unusual position, this flexed, where it puts the hips in a really shortened position. It puts the shoulders, many times people's heads are craned forward when they're sitting, they're slumping, and then the body adapts to that. And then when you stand up, it's it's like you're trying to reverse all these things that your body's kind of been adapting to, and it just doesn't work out very well.
No. So, and I work out at your gym, and I do classes, and on the days that we have a really good workout in the morning, I go to work, and then I'm sitting, and sometimes, whether it's in a meeting, and if you're in a meeting, you're typically sitting at least 45 minutes. I mean, it's safe to say.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes a lot longer, hour.
Yep.
And then when you get up, even on those, especially on those days when you work out, you're like,
Yep.
And it just takes a while to wake up every part of your body. And that's on a good day when you've had a great workout that morning. I mean, It's just like, torture.
So it's really interesting. So like the stats on, and what I would call it like a healthy couch potato. So somebody that exercises a lot, but then still sits 8 to 9 hours, there is still significant detriment to that. You're helping yourself a lot by the exercising, but you're not negating all the negative effects of the sitting position. And I think part of it, like if I had to guess what is the primary driver of why sitting is so horrible for you, is the fact that circulation really starts to decrease in the body. Like your body's ability to pump blood through the system and do everything is just in a compromised state. Number one, because you're not moving the muscles, which are one of the main pumps of the blood in addition to your heart, so you don't have that going for you, so it just kind of stagnates everything. And, so the exercise does not counteract all the bad stuff from the sitting. So we were talking about strategies for these attorneys, and like, I think anything from like one of those little pedal bikes that you put at your feet, as lame as those look, and you think of those as something like some like 105-year-old grandma should be doing, like.
Whoa.
Are you still there?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
We lost you. Yeah. Now I can. You went dark for a moment.
Hear me?
Okay.
Sorry about that.
That's right.
Someone's trying to call me. That goes cuts into the.
One of those
my
lawyers.
wife, like, of course, she like calls me like 15 times a day. It's like, stop calling me all the time. So that might happen again. So I apologize. Sometimes she double calls me. But anyways, one of those little lame pedal bikes, even for somebody who's younger, or somebody who's fit, just because you're activating the pump system of the body, that is still a good idea. Obviously, like you said, like a standing desk to alternate between standing and seated positions. That's super helpful. The Apple Watch does a fantastic job of tracking all that with the exercise ring, the red movement ring, and the blue stand every hour ring. That's a fantastic item to have your watch, or something that you whatever you wanted to do, set an alarm on your phone to remind you every 60 minutes to stand up and do something. And there has been a very interesting area of research on this. And it's something I'm trying to incorporate because I sit a lot more now that I do a lot more admin stuff in my job role. It's called exercise snacks. So, and we're not talking about having like a cheeseburger or French fries. An exercise snack is a little teeny treat that you serve up to yourself several times throughout your workday or your sitting period of time, where you get up and you do something. So, for example, I kind of cooked up 10 different exercise treats for the attorneys to try. Some examples of them would be on the hour, get up, go do a 60-second wall squat. Then the next treat on there was when your hour alarm gets off, get up out of your desk, hold your hand on your desk and do 50 calf raises or heel raises off the ground. Just get the circulation going.
Yep.
On the next hour, get up, go to the staircase, walk down 2 flights of stairs, walk back up 2 flights of stairs, go back to sitting and doing your job. And the research on breaking up that chronic sitting exposure with these exercise treats or snacks is really astounding. It basically negates all the risk factor of the seated position. So it's a really, really good thing. So I try to do that where my watch alerts me, oh, you have not stood in an hour. I get up and I go do whatever it might be, 10 pull-ups. I stretch my hamstrings, whatever it might be. But those little snacks of put throughout that sitting. Yeah, that was kind of one of the main strategies that we talked about. And it's something that a lot of people maybe have not heard of before. Like I don't feel like the exercise snack thing has been big lately. I've started to see some media articles come out on it. Most of the research has been done from 2007 up, but in 2014 someone started to do a lot more on it, and it's really looking favorable.
Snacks, what a great term. It makes it sound so positive and doable.
Totally. Yeah. If anybody wants that I have a whole really nice 2-sided handout. It has pictures of all the 10 exercise snacks, and we even did a video for the firm where we have a little curated, like basically 2 minutes, just follow this video and do all this stuff. And you can even do that where it basically is all stuff that stretches out and strengthens all the stuff that gets weak and loose and tight from sitting too much. And that was actually our YouTube video that we did last week that we put up on our channel. So
nice. And your YouTube channel, it's Form and Fitness. The Form and Fitness channel on YouTube, correct?
Yep. If you just type in Form and Fitness to YouTube, our channel will come up. And cool. The most recent videos we've done were one we just posted, the inflammation talk that we were at.
Yep.
And that one has been getting some good viewing. And then the one before that was it's called the 5-minute office workout, but really it's only like 2 or 3 minutes. But it's a really good, like 2 or 3 minutes. And the way I kind of try to convince the attorneys to do it was just do it once in the day. It's a little bit longer than the exercise snack, but it's just really loosens up the pecs. It stretches out the hips. It gets a little cardio going. It's a great little workout. So
I do. It's interesting you say that. You immediately made me think. I subscribe to these two of these free daily newsletters. They're like lifestyle things, and now at the top of one, I just looking at it's the shift. It's one of them is called the shift, and this is the shift challenge. Do 10 air squats right now. Legs are the foundation. Your spine and blood flow will notice. That's it. It's before you go into the thing, and then little things like that make you think about. Oh yeah, that's nothing. Who can't do 10 air squats, or like you said, the snacks.
Well, that's a perfect one. 10 air squats was one of my snacks. 10 desk push-ups was one of my snacks. Just easy stuff. Who can't do 10 desk push-ups? Real quick. You use your desk as your angle. Or like a countertop push-up. So.
What was I'm curious as to how did you read the room to the response to that, what you were serving up?
It was really hard. They were a slightly different audience than like the Form and Fitness audience. Like I felt like everyone was laughing at my jokes and everything. Like they were pretty stone cold, like no reaction to anything.
That's what I thought.
And it was really funny because I don't care. Like I kept doing all my stupid I had the quizzes, the music, the jokes. I was just laying it on. I didn't care, even though they were giving me no feedback at all. Then no one fell asleep, so that was good. And then they immediately
Ben, we lost Ben again. I'm afraid he's getting called. He's too popular. That's the problem. Ben, oh, we really lost him. He'll be right back. But it's interesting what Ben brought up about doing these, and the way he brought it up. It's genius. The snack thing. Who doesn't like snacks? And it makes it so relatable and doable. But I can totally see Ben is a very animated character, and when he gets up and does speaking engagements, he really gets into it, and he has likes to have some fun. He'll do like the Jeopardy music. He'll do quizzes and that kind of thing. Um, but it's with a room full of lawyers. I'm sure I loved to have been. All right, Ben, I was just saying what you're going. I was talking about it. I said when I've seen you give presentations and you really get into it and you have fun and you do. And I would have loved. I was just saying I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall, seeing you with some stone cold lawyer faces, like convince me. They're all it's all about. So
they were very like open to it. Like that, I didn't get that kind of vibe. And afterwards, like that was really nice. Like they sent me a nice email, like. We had multiple because they had live streamed it. They had like the best tech people in the world. They had like me mic'd up. They were live streaming it to all their locations. Like it was really well done.
Yeah.
And but they're like, yeah, we had tons of feedback that they want you back. It was like everybody thought the programming that you put out was really thoughtful and good. So it was. I kind of got some like affirmation afterwards.
Yeah.
Like during it, I was like, oh my gosh.
You still got it. You just got to give it your all and let it rip. Good for you. Well, great. Do you plan on? Is there like if someone wants to have you come into how does someone contact you for this? Like if they wanted you to come and talk to their organization?
Typically, just email me at
info@formandfitness.com
and be like, hey, I'd like Dr. Quist to come speak at my organization. And then I have a multitude of different talks that I've been developing now over the years. Whether it's on like I think you were at the one. 2 years ago, it was basically just on carbohydrates, which is like a one where I just go nuts when people start like, there's been a bunch of stuff out now about bananas, like don't eat bananas, like especially don't eat bananas with blueberries. They're going to block all the absorption of the blueberries, good stuff. Well, is that really true? Are you sure about that? I just, that stuff drives me nuts. They start focusing on all the wrong things. Yeah. Well, that one shake in the inflammation talk, the study on that one shake has blueberries and bananas in it.
Right.
So why does it drop people's C-reactive protein in half in 1 week if it's so horrible to combine bananas with blueberries? Like, it's just like stupid stuff like that drives me nuts. Don't get me. I'm gonna start. It's just dumb. Like
you were so happy. I didn't do it.
Bananas are like a carbohydrate. So and they're a slightly higher glycemic index. Oh my God, don't eat a banana. Like it's just like just stop. When people, 60% of the adult diet is highly processed, ultra processed food, and you're going to talk about a banana, like just stop saying things that confuse everybody. Everybody, it's okay to have bananas. Okay, you can have them.
Thank you.
Nothing wrong with it.
I love bananas and I love blueberries, so it better be all right. I'm like, oh God,
they're both good for you, right? Yeah,
good. No. Yeah, good.
Well, it's not the bridge. It's not the bridge to die on. I'll just say that. It's not, oh my God, don't eat those bananas. Like that's not, just, there are other things I'm sure you can improve in your diet other than your banana consumption. Right?
Yeah. Yes. Very true. Cool. Well, see, you got yourself worked up. I didn't poke. I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't do anything.
No.
Very good today.
I was a bystander. For God's sakes. I wanted to talk this week I'm change subjects. If you okay?
Yeah, sure. Cool. Yep, I'm done with my topic. Yep.
Good. This week at the gym on Saturday, you guys are doing the Deca Strong competition as part of that's it's a national. I mean, it's not something that it's like something you subscribe to, right? Margot's going to do it on Saturday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So really, and it's quite a workout. I've done it. I have a heck of a time with it.
Yeah,
I did it. I have a heck of a time with that higher box these days.
Oh, the box thing.
Yeah.
Yep, I heard everybody's having trouble with that.
Yeah, but it's really a great thing, and it's interesting. It gives somebody, we were talking about it last night, because you work out. It's like a way to measure yourself. It's a fun way to do that and kind of say, okay, this is how I'm doing now, and see it. But it's always about yourself. But it's just a fun way to keep add a different focus to your workout. So It's pretty cool. I think it's well done. I think I'm hearing a lot of good vibes about it around the gym.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes the first round through. You know, they give some pretty cool medals. You get a T-shirt. We got Susie Brill and her husband are coming with a Silver Bullet food
Oh,
serving station. So their little Silver Bullet converted thing is going to be out back handing out fruit and food and stuff after the people compete. So
cool.
yeah, it should be fun. Unfortunately I'm not going to be there. I'll be at a business thing this weekend, but like I'm really sad I'm not going to be able to see it.
Yeah. Well,
I probably would have tried to compete in it. It's hard though. I mean, as a 50+ person, that's a tough workout.
Yeah, it's like I'm high enough in age, but I'm not quite high enough to get the break. You know, where the cutoffs. Yep. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, wait a year or two and wait for the yeah. No, totally, yes. And they have a kids division too. We didn't really. I saw that. We didn't really. I think on the next one, we're probably trying to do it minimally twice a year if it goes well this first time. But on the next one, we're going to really try to get more kids competing in the kid category.
Yeah.
Because that'd be a fun thing for parents to bring their kid if they want to kind of test their overall fitness levels, you know, get a medal, have a fun event they compete in. So
yeah, it's really cool. So well done. I think you guys keep coming up with new things. It's fun and it's challenging. I mean, it's not fun when you're going through the course sometimes, but it's fun to be done. And go,
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yes. Cool. Well, I know you probably want to ask me about my cereal intake, but I've sworn it off, Ben, except for I relapsed once, and Margot said, you better not let Ben know. So I'm not going to tell you. But you can't be perfect, but at least if you're thinking about it, you're moving in the right direction.
Yeah,
so
100%. You know, and sometimes I forget, like, being so much into like eating whole foods and unprocessed food, I forget how challenging it is when you're not, you know, like it's not how you make a living is teaching people these concepts. Like, you know, it is like the entire world is against you when you're trying to eat healthier.
Right.
You know, in multiple ways, you know, so yeah, but the most important thing is just to keep on your journey and keep making small changes, you know, and the most important one, like we've always talked about, is remove refined food from your diet. You can eat whatever eating pattern you want, whether it's Mediterranean, you want to be a carnivore diet, I don't care, but like just remove the refined sugars, remove the refined foods, you know, and that's really the first place to start with all that stuff.
Cool. All right. Well, it's been a couple weeks. Good job. I know you're going to be on the run again and on the road again, but hopefully we'll hook up again next week and attack something new next week. Well, thanks a lot, Ben. Take care. Have a great week.
Thank you. You too, Jack.
Keep up the good work, man. You're slowly making conversions to people. So
I like it. It's good. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Cool. See you soon. Father Ben. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.